Boy, Mr. Drummond, and this is my Sunday message. When something is for you, you don't have to work for it. Whether you are a believer in God or you just believe in how the universe works, when something is just for you, you don't have to work for it, you don't have to search for it. That's why you must stay consistent and just continue to believe in yourself, increasing your faith. Because when it's something from the people above and God itself, remember, you don't have to work for it. It just finds you. God doesn't fund other people's dreams for you or the prayers or the things we may want in life. God only funds the plans and the dreams He has for you. Just make sure that you put yourself in position and you are prepared and you're ready. And that's why you must stay consistent and just continue increasing your faith.
In previous discussion, we have discussed absent parents, be it physically absent or emotionally absent. Today, I have the opportunity of speaking to Mr. Drummond, who tells his story of growing up in foster care. Children's Bureau reported that in 2016, at any given day, there is approximately 437,000 children in foster care. Mr. Drummond will tell his story as to what life was for him growing up in the system. Listen. Okay, so Mr. Drummond, it's really nice talking to you again for the second time. I remember the last time you were here, we spoke about your childhood and you being raised in foster care and not knowing your biological mother.
Yeah.
We actually talk about how it was like for you. Do you want to, maybe we can continue from where we left off. So the last time we spoke, you said that you were yearning to find your biological mother because you felt like a part of you was missing, even though you had a really loving foster parents. And you also said that you were finally able to contact your mother. Can you elaborate more about that? You contacting your mother. What was it like meeting her, seeing her for the first time? What relationship you have with your mom now?
Okay, so just to piggyback on what you first stated, that yearning feeling, because when you're forced in care and somebody brings you into their home, there's already a foundation that's established there. There's other kids and grandchildren and other siblings, things like that. So when you first get there, you get the wandering eyes like, who are these people?
Yes.
And it takes a while for them to adjust to us. It's like, okay, these are new people, kids that's in our environments, in our home. We think home, we think comfort, we think peace. So, you're taking kids out of a system that's coming from traumatic experiences. And even though I was adopted at the age of 6, I was still aware of the situation I was in. I was highly educated on what me and my siblings was going through and the process that we're in. So that yearning feeling was because, yes, my parents loved me and they did the best of their ability to raise me and my siblings. There was some things still missing, and there was some situations and issues in that household that I had to grow up with as well. The second question again?
So you're the yearning to meet your biological mother and what it felt like meeting her for the very first time.
So yeah, so it took 24 years for this to happen.
24 years?
Yeah, 24 years is a long time.
How did you meet her?
With the power of social media, I found her through Facebook.
Oh, you found her through Facebook?
Yeah.
So you didn't know who she was, her name?
I didn't find out that stuff until I was 18.
Oh, you found out. How did you find out though?
So pretty much, for many years growing up, I was always asking my mom, hey, do you know who her mom is? Do you know her name? I was just always asking that question, And she will always tell me, when you turn 18, Dorian, they're not allowed you to see your birth certificate. Because I wasn't allowed to see my birth certificate at all.
Okay.
So when I turned 18, like the day I turned 18, that's the first thing I asked for.
Your birth certificate.
Yeah, and at first I thought maybe she was hiding it from me, but then I realized that she did that to all my siblings out older than me. They had to wait till I was 18 to see their birth certificate. So when
is that a system requirement, or
honestly,
that was just the household policy?
I think that was just my mom's requirement.
Oh, she wanted to protect you guys.
I guess I'll put it like that. Maybe she just wanted to protect us, or not knowing something that maybe at a younger age we probably would be able to handle it like that.
Right, you feel that you guys were mature enough to handle whatever
Yeah.
you discover.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I saw my birth certificate at the age of 18, that's when I found out what my mom's name was,
Mhm.
the hospital I was born in, her
Mhm.
birthday, and her birthday's actually the day before mine.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I had no information about my dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So after finding the birth certificate, I was just on the search for many years on Facebook and think like I had something called MySpace back then,
Right.
and just patiently just trying to search, and then there was a few websites that my mom actually put her own money into to get information.
Also, she was actively trying to find you as
Yeah,
well?
she no my mom. Like she was actually helping me. She wasn't like
okay.
I don't want to find her, but she was trying to keep her
Right.
away from me. Like she was actually helping me out in the process.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool too as well. 'Cause
Okay, good.
That showed me that she actually had my support.
Because she knew it meant a lot to you.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely
Yes.
did because this holidays never felt like a holiday growing up.
Yes.
And due to my parents' age, a lot of their family already had passed away.
Oh.
So
Yes.
it was just what we had, and then the
Mhm.
family that I was around, they didn't really take us in like that.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So like my parents took us in, and the siblings that I grew up with and the other kids they adopted,
Mhm.
obviously we grew as a family. But
And
like,
how many children were in the household, you said?
they adopted 6 of us, and they raised.
6 of you.
They adopted 6 of us, and they raised 2 of their grandchildren.
2 of the grandchildren?
So it was 8 kids
Oh, wow.
with 2 elderly people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I give them a lot of credit.
Yes, yes, yes,
A
yes.
lot of hectic years, a lot of fighting.
Mhm.
So to piggyback to what we was talking about now, in 2017, that's when I found my mom.
Oh, you just found her 2 years ago, basically?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is recent because I'm
Very
25.
Yeah, oh yeah, so you
25.
found her at 24.
24, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I found her in March when I was 23. I found her in March of 2017
Mhm.
through Facebook.
Mhm.
And it was funny because I just had my housewarming at the time, and I had a few friends stay over
Mhm.
after the housewarming was done, and we were just talking. He was just talking about how he found his dad through Facebook.
Oh.
So I never.
So was that friend of fast group in the system?
No, he's not. He's
Okay.
not adopted anything.
Okay,
But
so
he was just telling me how he recently found his dad through Facebook, and I should try it.
Mhm.
And I was against it because I had tried that years ago.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Mhm.
But I found out why it didn't work when I found her. So when I found her in March, what I did, I typed in her name,
Mhm.
Adrian Doyle Roberts,
Right.
and I just, not to be racist or anything, I just knew it was her because out of all the options, she was the only woman of color. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah. It's
so
gotta be her.
yeah, when I clicked on her name, I saw that.
Did you think she looked like you or not?
Nah,
Really?
I didn't.
Or you weren't thinking about
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there yet. I
Yeah.
didn't see I wasn't too sure.
Mhm.
So then it said that she lived in Brooklyn. So
Mhm.
then that was check number 2. So
Mhm.
alright, she lives in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, let me just scroll down, let me keep scrolling down
Mhm.
to see if she has birthday, which is on July 14th.
Right. Okay.
So that's a lot of scrolling I did.
Mhm.
So I was a real creep.
Yes. Yes.
Did a lot of scrolling, and then I just saw like a bunch of happy birthday wishes. So
Oh.
then I'm like, let me do the math. If she's 56 this year, let me do the math. And then I saw someone said happy 56th birthday. So I was like,
Wow.
this gotta be her.
Yeah.
So I just started crying.
Yeah.
Like when it happened, I just started just breaking down. And my
Right.
friends was looking at me like, "Are you okay?"
Mhm.
Because it was a good night,
Mhm.
and we just laughed and drinks,
Right.
and then randomly I started crying in the middle.
So what was going through your head at that time when you started crying? What were you thinking? What triggers that emotion?
Because it was just such a goal. It was a goal of mine
Mhm.
to get this done for so many years,
Mhm.
and I was just a lot of pain. I grew up with a lot of pain in my heart and in my mind, and
Mhm.
I love my mom, and she's never gonna be replaced. But there was just still that feeling inside of me that I want to know.
Something is missing.
Yeah, where I came from, because
Mhm.
down the line when I do want to create a family of mine, I do want to have a family down the line, and I want to know my medical history. I want to know where I got my looks from. I want to know
Mhm.
what runs in my family.
Right.
So something I want to look out for.
Mhm.
And the only thing I could really look onto for that
Mhm.
type of feeling was looking at my brother and sister. but that just wasn't enough for me.
So your biological brother and sister was with you as well?
Yeah, they kept us together.
Oh, they kept you together, and it was 3 of you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm the youngest out the 3.
Oh, you're the youngest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the baby.
And after you found her, what was the initial contact like?
So I said, I sent her a picture of my birth certificate, and I said my name is Drummond, but I was born as Deshaun Roberts. I said, "Am I your son?" in caps.
Wow.
And this was like 3 in the morning. I woke up the next day, like paragraphs. Yes, I'm your mom. We've been looking for you for a long time. Here's my number. Please call me. I called her right there and then. That's when I woke up, and it was so like weird. Weird. That first conversation was so weird and nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yo, this.
When you say weird, can you elaborate? How did it feel?
I felt like I couldn't.
Feel like you're talking to a stranger, or you were excited?
Definitely felt like I was talking to a stranger, but I just felt like I couldn't breathe.
Oh wow!
Like
anxiety.
Yeah, I'm usually not a person who's afraid of those type of things, or who's, not who has poor people skills. But like I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was trying to find words to how to say. But I wasn't angry. It wasn't like I'm mad at her.
No.
Or I was angry at her. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, a lot of pent up emotion.
So many years. So many years.
Yeah.
It's like how what it felt like to me. Because I started, as I started to get older, I started to accept the fact that, all right, maybe I may never meet her.
Yes.
So it was like watching someone die, and then they're
reborn.
They're reborn.
Yes.
So it's like if you went to their funeral, you saw them in the coffin, and then they just show up at your house maybe years later. Like, you're gonna be
shocking.
Like, okay,
is this really happening?
Exactly. So that was the feeling I was having. Like,
yes. Yeah.
This is unreal.
Yes.
Then part of me was also just like, all right, like I can write that off the checklist because I'm very ambitious, and I'm
accomplish.
Yes, very driven. So just to accomplish that, I'm excited, and I see what people mean by like everything is just time.
Yes.
Especially on God's time, everything comes with time. You just gotta be patient. So I didn't know it was gonna take 24 years.
Yeah.
Conversation we had, it was very short and simple. And she just wanted to meet me, and I told her that like I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need some time. And I'm like, it has to be in a place that I'm comfortable with, and I would like to bring a friend because I don't know you. Not that I felt like she was a threat to me.
Yes, but well, that's reasonable. It's very reasonable.
I found out that I had a biological sister who's 40 at the time, and I actually met her first. I met her like a few weeks later.
So was she with the parents, or she was brought up in the system too?
She was with the family.
Oh, she was with the family.
Because she was like 16.
Oh, at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she was just telling me like and I think that was the part that I was very afraid about, just finding out things about my upbringing or where I'm coming from, and that was like some of the things I was just hearing that I almost say some of them. It was just kind of hard to hear. Like, okay, this is where I came from.
Yes.
And I see why I was, I was thrown in the system, and she was telling me like everything what really happened. My mom was doing drugs at the time, and I was throwing cocaine in my system. And from that, I went into the system. I was supposed to be raised with my grandmother, but she had passed away.
Oh.
That's why me and my siblings were put in the system.
Okay.
Ebony, she didn't go to the system due to her age.
Oh, because she was older.
She was 16.
Yes.
And you age out at 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, the age out at 18.
In the system, you age out at 18.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. So, what was your initial conversation? Well, when you see her physically, face to face.
Oh, she was just full of loving, and she's a very rah type of woman. So that I was raised in Long Island.
Vocal. When you say rah, you mean vocal.
Just like she is who she is. You know what I mean? Like she from the streets.
I got you.
And it took me some time to adjust to that, but she was just very happy to see me.
Oh, okay, that's good.
She was very happy to see me because she was telling me she didn't know I made it.
Wow.
She said I was very sick.
Wow.
As a baby.
Yes.
Like I wasn't supposed to make his baby. I was very sick, so she thought I wasn't gonna make it. She knew about Brandon and Erica, and she was like, you know, we've been trying to find that for years, and I see why they couldn't find us because our name got changed.
Oh, in the system.
Yeah, we get adopted. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
You know, we took my parents' last name.
And you said that you were adopted. Was your current adopted parents, were they the first, was that the first adoption you went through?
That was the first adoption,
but
not
you
the
went
first.
to different foster care.
We bounced to so many homes.
A lot of different homes.
Yeah, that's one of the worst feelings ever.
Wow.
That's one of the worst feelings ever. And that's why my heart goes out to anybody in the system. When you get brought into a home, you know, you think of home, you think of love, you think of peace, you think family.
Right.
And you know, as a foster kid, that's all you really want.
Family.
It gets to a point that it gets to a point that you don't even care where it comes from. Now. You want family.
Wow, and love.
So when somebody brings you in, you go through the process. You know, at first we're not gonna really be ourselves.
Right.
Because we don't know who you are. We want to put our best show on because we want to be adopted. We want to be kept. And then you start to get comfortable. You start eventually being yourself. And then when you start to eventually be yourself, some people can handle it.
So when you're in the system, are you concerned whether you're going to be adopted or not, or whether you're going to find a home or not? Was that a concern for you?
That's the biggest concern. That's the biggest concern as any child. Can you find a home?
Oh wow, yeah.
Like that's it.
You just want to be in a home.
You just want to be in a home. You want to be loved.
Yeah.
You don't care what you don't care what gender, what race, what height. It don't matter. Or religion. You just want to be loved.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of homes that you do get brought into, and you get put through more trauma experience.
Yeah.
You know, and that's me with me and my siblings, and even the other three when that adopted as well. We went through a lot of traumatic experiences that a lot of kids go through. You know, whether it's rape, abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, starvation. You know.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I experienced. Those are like, you know what I mean? My arm was fractured. I was born with cocaine in my system. I used to be, when I was adopted, I was afraid of water. My mom had found out that I hated water.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I did not want to take showers because in the home before her, in a few homes before her, I used to just be forced on hot water. Like, you know, I was like, aggressively washed as a child.
Yeah.
Or if I, was crying, or if I made pooped on myself, things like that. Getting whooped with wires, all types of things that you could think of. Being starved, like barely eating. So, and that's what people don't understand too. When you bring kids in your home, you get a check.
Yeah, so it's not about the money.
But when you adopt them, that slowly gets cut off.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what you want. So like I said, back to the whole, we're putting on our best show when you get first brought in. But then eventually you get comfortable with them. You start to eventually become yourself.
Yes.
And becoming yourself doesn't even mean that you're a bad child. It's like you're a kid. You're gonna make mistakes. And if they already have kids there, mommy, daddy, I hate them. And then those things happen. You get friction with the other kid because what is one thing kids want? They don't want their attention being taken away. They don't want to split the toys. They don't want to split the food. Whether there's a single child already a big group, and then you become the problem child. You become it just ain't working out. So what's the easy thing to do? It's like a relationship. So keep fighting for it to try and make it work. So you're just gonna give them back, and that feeling sucks.
Oh, so it's not working out with their children, so they have to give them back.
Yeah, if they feel like it's just not working out with their children, or you're just too much for them. Because think about it, when we become ourselves as a kid, kids, no matter, kids are handfuls in general. But if you're not their kid, it's like, all right, we're just not working out. What's the easy thing to do? Put them back, because you'll have more patience. And you'll put up more with your
children, but not with other kids, and especially if it's affecting your children.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was one of the worst feelings, like being bounced back in, like being taken. And that's what happened with the parents I was adopted by.
Wow.
And literally, I remember this clear as day. I'm like 5, maybe 5 or 6 years old. I can't really remember. And I'm in an apartment. I'm playing with my toys. See my foster mom opens the door. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Drummond, nice to meet you. Hi, you guys are here. I'm so happy to see you. Kids, come here. They're like, pack up your stuff.
Gotta go.
These are your new parents. Just like that. Just like that.
Oh, really?
There was no, we met them at first and got to warm up to them. It was just like
so you're just thrown into.
I just remember I had a few toys in a plastic bag and I was on my way to Long Island.
Wow.
But as a kid, I was just, all right, hey mom and dad. I literally called them mom and dad.
At the same time.
Right there. Yeah, you know? So.
Wow. So did you sit down with your mother and talk about this? Talk about all that happened, what your experience was like, and what was her reaction in all this?
So I found her in March. We built up communication from time to time. And then I finally met the family and her in August of 2017.
Right.
We didn't really talk that much that day. She was very emotional.
Yeah.
Everybody was so emotional.
They were happy to see you.
Yeah, and I just wanted people just to, just take it easy on me.
Right.
Take it easy with the family word. Let's just take it easy.
Yeah, because it's hard for you.
It's a lot, and they was embracing me like I hadn't been there, but no one knew about me. That was hard for me. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about me. Everybody knew about Brandon and Erica, but no one knew about me.
Oh.
And
because you were much younger.
Not only that, because I was much younger, but when my mother started getting on the drugs. When you want to help somebody and they don't want to help themselves, it kind of gets hard to keep that relationship with them. So a lot of people in the family had cut her off at that time.
Oh, so they didn't know what was.
They didn't know about me.
Wow.
No one knew about her having a third child. And we all had different dads. So they didn't know about me. So they were just shocked to see me, like, okay.
The third person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was cool. Me and my sister went. It was really hard for my sister that day, but I just embraced it all because I just want to move forward, and me and her tried our best to build up our relationship since that happened. Where we're at right now is pending. I'm gonna be honest. I won't say that we're in a bad state, but
the connection is probably not there.
I'm a totally different person, and she missed out on a lot.
Yeah, so it's
and this past 2017 and 2018, it was like becoming a selfish part of my life.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of issues that I was dealing with. So now meeting this stranger, yeah, she's my mom, but she was a stranger
to you, yes.
She has a lot of pain in her own demons that she's trying to work out on. And personally, I didn't want to take on that task or to be part of any negativity in my life because I got my own division and separation and broken stuff going on within my own household.
Right.
Because me and my family are divided, and I was hoping by meeting them, I'll get some closure. But I realized they're just in the same position as well.
Wow.
So
broken people,
a lot of broken people on both sides right now. A lot of broken people, a lot of unsolved issues, a lot of trauma that's been dealt with, and it's just being recycled.
Wow.
From kids to other kids and next kids and next kids, and I want that for my kids.
Yes,
So like right now, I'm just in this part of the space of just like
healing yourself.
I just need space from everybody right now, and I pray that one day we can come together. And that's kind of where I'm at with my mom because I have a year now of. I have a year and some months now of since finding her. It makes 2 years in this March, but in this year span. What I was hoping for it to happen, to do conversations and build it, it just did not happen. And I just realized a lot of our conversations was about issues and stuff that she had going on or things that she was dealing with, or people she don't like. And
so it's about her and not about you, basically.
It's about her, but it's not about us.
Yes.
Because in a way, I do want to be there for her. But we haven't built anything.
In a relationship.
Yeah, and that's what I was just telling her. Like, a lot of our conversation is something about like negativity, and I have my own issues going on right now. And I was hoping it would be someone I could lean on, but it's in a way she's the person who needs it.
Yeah, she has to heal first, and then you heal and then both of you come together.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard for you to go through what you went through as a child and then take on all this.
Yeah, I can't.
All this other stuff.
The things she was telling me and all that, it was too much to bear, too much to hear at times.
Yeah.
And you know, I just kept telling her, you know, I'll just stop her, like, you know, we've been on the phone about an hour and we haven't talked about anything like about us.
Yeah, haven't gotten a chance to connect.
And the times that we did try to connect, just something always happens.
Yeah, like emotionally, there's no emotional connection.
There's no emotional connection. There's no bonding. There's no mommy. It's son time. It's just it ain't none of that.
It's just dealing with issues. And
and there was just some things that was happening. Like there was points she started asking for money, and I'm like, all right.
Okay.
You're doing a little too much right now. You know what I mean? And at first I was doing it, but then I caught myself like, what am I doing?
Yes. Yes.
Or you know, she was in Brooklyn. I live out on the island, so if I come out there to see her, she want rides to places to get things done, and I'm like, so now I'm your Uber, you know, and I'm starting to realize things. It's like, alright,
you can't do
you're not getting it.
Yeah.
You're not getting it. I don't need this right now. So I pray that we able to find a middle ground, and I pray that eventually. You know, eventually, but I gotta live my life.
Yeah.
And growing up, I was always the child that wanted to help everybody. I wanted to fix everybody. I wanted to keep everybody together. And I'm just realizing that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, because you can lose yourself when you're trying to focus on others. Right.
And just so you know, as you said, trying to help everybody. But as we look at this glass of water, if people keep drinking out of it, it's going to run empty. I think the best way to help people, especially people who are in less fortunate situation, is to really fill your cup and let it run over.
Exactly.
So when it runs over, at least they're they flow onto others. So they're not really taken away from you.
Yeah.
You have enough to flow over to everybody else.
And even to continue the analogy, I'm still growing.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not whole myself.
Yes.
So even if it's the case that, let's say, I had to pour a little bit of me into somebody else. Once you really know who you are, you know how to get refilled.
Yes.
And I'm not there yet, because I got issues and things that I'm learning. And you know, these past 2 years was a process. Me living on my own, graduating from college, a lot going on. Then I find her. You know, then my parents moved. There's so much going on.
At the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like wrong season, and I'm trying to fit you in, but then it's like I see you still got things that you're dealing with from the 90s, 80s that you still need help with, and you know, a recovering drug addict. She has a lot of traumas and relapses and things like that. She's still trying to work on. So I get that. So in a way, I know it sounds kind of selfish of me, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not selfish, because the best way you can really help her is to be whole. If you're not whole, they cannot help anybody.
Exactly.
You have to be whole. And I think you're doing the right thing by focusing on yourself to try to heal yourself, because you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of childhood trauma, and it's going to take a time for you to get over. I'm not going to say get over, but it's going to take time for you to really deal with this or live with it totally. So I can understand.
Yeah.
I can understand. And what is life for you right now?
Life for me right now, I would say I said 2019 is a comeback year.
Good.
2019 is comeback year for Mr. Drummond. 2018, I have to say, was my hardest year to this day. I had a lot to do, a lot of self-reflecting. I had to realize who was in my inner circle. I had to do a lot of changing with the relationships I had with people, but mainly it was just, there was things with me that I had to fix.
Yeah,
I realized there was a lot of pain that I still been holding on to from a past relationship that I was in, from my parents moving, to how divided my family is. I picked up some bad habits, and not in terms of anything that is in terms of whether it's drugs or me hurting or harming people. It was just that, you know, those times I got lazy. And there was times that I started using my pain and things that I started hurting from as an excuse of why.
You started being sorry for yourself.
I got weak mentally.
Yeah.
And I started playing myself like I was a victim.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I just realized that, hey, whatever issues or pain that you have, the one thing that does not stop is life and time.
Yeah.
So whether it's something that you was hurt 5 years ago, 10 years ago,
Mhm.
and there's no process, there's no like time on when you're supposed to heal, how you're supposed to heal, or how long it's supposed to take.
Mhm.
But find that closure and find ways to heal, because
Mhm.
it's gonna get to a point that it's just gonna become now as an excuse.
Yes.
And that it's a lot of the pain started becoming excuses of why. Oh, I don't have this because I'm adopted. I just started just
Because of the life that
I
things I've
got
gone
weak.
through.
I got very weak, and it was a hard year.
Mhm.
I was at a job, and just I got pushed out
Mhm.
the job, and the treatment was just so poor. And that was the first time me going through something like that professionally.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's the first time me seeing corporate America like that, and just like, all right, I didn't like that treatment. So from that experience
Mhm.
to living on my own, I started living on my own in 2017. That was my first year, so that was adjustment.
Changes, yeah.
Yeah, and how that happened was my mom and dad moved. It was a sudden move.
Mhm. Mhm. And you graduated college then, or you?
I graduated college. Graduated December 2015, but in a way I graduated June 2016.
Okay.
Because I walked there.
Okay.
So I walked across the J's in June 2016.
Mhm.
I finally found a job at the end of August.
Mhm.
I picked up another job. I get my first car.
Mhm.
I get my first credit card, my first laptop. I got promoted at work. Life was just going well. It was the first time me learning how to pay bills and all this other stuff. No car insurance.
Mhm.
December 2nd, mom and dad tells me your siblings, they're moving out after Christmas.
Mhm.
Just like that. Boom, my life changed again.
Yes, yes, unexpected.
Yeah. So,
So what advice do you have for children or young adults who is in the system?
embrace your story.
Mhm.
Embrace your story. We are different,
Mhm.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
You use your pain for positive gain.
Wonderful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Don't let your environment and what you came from shape you,
Mhm.
because I'm not supposed to be here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Mhm. Mhm.
I could have went left so many times.
Mhm.
I could have been gang banging, doing the drugs, and like I said, I was not supposed to make it. Even like, and I knew I was sick, and I knew what my bio mom and my bio sister, when I found out what they told me was real, because my mom told me the story all the time growing up. We almost didn't adopt y'all because they only wanted 2 kids.
Oh.
And the system, they're gonna push more kids on me.
Yes, because
So
they
this,
want people together.
They told me I had a group of 3.